Hi, everyone. We are going to continue on with lesson 16 in your Ready Reading, Point of View. We're going to be working on pages 260, 261, and 263. Today, we're going to be reading a fictional story. And as I'm reading the story, of course, I would like you to mark it up in any way you need to that identifies words or phrases that are confusing or just general questions that you might have. And when you go into your breakout groups, I would like you to read it again. And as you are doing so, I would like you to consider different points of view: the narrator's point of view and the character's points of view and your own point of view. And as we are reading, I would like you to consider the answers to several questions. Why does Sam wish Shadowfax could talk? What causes the prince's horse to bolt? And how does Sam help Prince Oliver? So I'll repeat those again. Why does Sam wish Shadowfax could talk? What causes the prince's horse to bolt? And how does Sam help Prince Oliver? All right. The story we're going to be reading is entitled The Stable Boy and the Prince. And this is written by John Martinson. And please take a look at the purple close reader habit box below where it says, "What does the prince think of the stable boy?" Something else to consider. Please underline details that show his point of view. All right, starting up here, paragraph 1, here we go. Sam offered the apple he'd found to the horse, Shadowfax. He stroked the horse's huge head and wished for a moment that Shadowfax could talk. 6 months had passed since Sam had been taken from his village to work at the king's stables, and it had been a very lonely time for him. Just then, the prince came riding past. Prince Oliver was about the only other boy his age that Sam ever saw. As the prince paused, Sam knelt and bowed his head. But as he looked down, he saw a huge snake coiling up in the prince's path. The prince's horse reared back and then bolted. With hardly a thought, Sam jumped on Shadowfax and raced after Prince Oliver, who was struggling to stay in the saddle. But no horse was faster than Shadowfax. Sam reached the prince and grabbed his horse's reins. The prince thanked Sam for his efforts. As they rode back to the castle, the prince spoke pleasantly with Sam. When they reached the stable, Sam said, "I hope we can talk again. It's so good to speak with someone my own age." The prince fell silent. Then he said, "Remember your place. I am a prince, and you are just a stable boy." Sam bowed and returned to the barn. "I'll never have a friend here," he whispered. Shadowfax walked over and rubbed his face against him. Sam hugged the horse. "What am I saying, my friend?" he said. "I've got you." All right, we are going to come back together and we are going to take any last minute questions and discuss a bit what you are going to be doing in your breakout groups.